to Imagine Music Rock News. Coming to you weekly again to give you some of the greatest information in music for the week. Man, I really appreciate you following us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I really appreciate everybody following you. I've had my coffee drink today, so I'm jacked up and ready to go. Got the screen machine out here too as well. We'll be using that. I always have to sit there and wake you guys up and say, Imagine Music Rock News. I love it. Love it. It's my new toy. I know my wife loves it too. So, hey, our motto is always music is the best medicine. We're often imitated but never duplicated. I appreciate you all following the pages and doing so much with me this week. I'm Imagine Mike. I really appreciate you joining in and sharing this moment with me. You might know me from dozens of the Karma record stores all over the state and all over Ohio and Columbus. Man, I tell you, I know sometimes I don't tell you guys, but man, I miss my guys in Anderson, Muncie, Richmond, Avon, Greenfield, Rushville, Newcastle, the Post Road in Washington Karma, and the 4 Columbus, Ohio stores. Man, you guys mean the world to me, and I'm so glad you're probably joining in and having some music fun with us here. Man, I tell you, from doing that or being the ticket manager over at the Colts RCA Dome all those years at the convention center or writing for the newspaper, I just experienced so many things through music. I've met so many artists from Ozzy, Pearl Jam, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, hung out with those guys and got their ideas of what music was about a little bit through the years. I've been lucky to see over 1,000 shows or more in my life, so I can experience those with you and share those on here as well. I was really lucky when I was in Columbus, Ohio. We got to go into the Newport Music Center for free. And when I worked at Anderson, they were owned by the people on Deer Creek, so we got to go into there for free. So I got to experience all those things that I know no one really has ever experienced. So I've tried to share those with you and add some more fun with that on the show as well. I want to thank you once again for joining. This has been the biggest week we have ever had on Imagine Music. I want to sit there and I want to hug you. I want to go up and give you a hug again. I'm telling you, we had the most amount of people join this week than we've ever had. Thank you. And then we have now on our pages, we have gotten up to about 14 or 15,000 people following us all the time, man. Music is the best medicine, and that's proof that things are better, things are working, and people love Imagine Music Rock News. And man, come on, thank you. That is so awesome. So, and one of the things I had this week, we had a really rough week this week, me and Tina did. Her dad passed away, and I've had some really bad news with the kidney failure thing. And first time I've ever put a comment on there that I needed some prayers, and it was the most liked and commented post I have ever had on Facebook in my entire life. Thank you. That just makes me feel like I am doing the right thing. You guys appreciate it, and the love for music is just something I can't fathom. I mean, it's the holiday season. It's a great time to feel all that love or being around your friends and your family. And I've been given the greatest gift ever this week with you guys. That's what this whole thing was ever about, was being with friends and talking with music. And I was given one of the greatest gifts this week from you guys, and I want to really appreciate it. I want to try not to cry almost here because I've never been touched so much on doing something. All right, this is some of the stuff going on in the show. We got an incredible show. I'm not bullshitting you here. We got a great show today. We're going to pick the winners for the Funkos. If you guys put in your names, we drew the names for the Funkos. We'll give those to you toward the end of the show. That's a big deal, and thanks for you guys liking and commenting on that. Something else I wanted to tell you about, make sure you're following the new flashback post that we have on there. I think this week I had a show from David Bowie I seen, and I know Tedeschi and Trucks show I seen at White River. We also have Listen Here. It's the Listen Here nostalgic song of the week. We always pick a song for you to reminisce on, and we'll post on our page. This week I picked Kay's Choice. If you remember the 90s band back then, they had a song called Addict. Incredible song. We'll post that on the page. A lot of you probably know that song, but it's a very fitting and touching song for people going through a lot of hard times. We're also going to do the Imagine Mike. Imagine Mike, sharing is caring is what I call it. And this is probably the biggest sharing thing we've ever had on here. Let me tell you why. Old Mikey, like I said, has probably some of the most collectible things anyone's ever seen around here. And I'm going to prove something to you big time. I have the Metallica numbered vinyl box set. One of the first ones ever. It's numbered. It's never been opened. And we're going to open it on the air today with you guys. I want to share that with you guys. I know. Tina's flipping out. This is one of the greatest things. I love this thing. And I've never opened it. It's over 16, 17 years old. And we're going to open it on the air today with you guys and prove to you guys how much I love you guys with me. This thing on Discogs. This thing goes, the cheapest one's $400. The most expensive is $900. And I want to share that with you. So we're going to do that here in a little bit.
Whatever, you're funny. You won't find it anymore.
Oh, no. I gotta do it. I've been dying to open that thing for years. Next on the list, we have the iconic days of the week of people that are important. We have some new music that's been released we'll tell you about. We're also going to do the Did You Know this week. We're picking out the craziest stories you never knew about Keith Richards. And oh my God, this guy's the king of them. So I got a few of those to share with you on here. We also have the hot stories of the week that you guys picked, the ones you guys commented and talked about the most this week, just about 4 or 5 of those. And we've got the top 10 list. The top 10 list this week is Imagine Music Mike's personal Christmas movies. It's not just what I think's the best. These are the ones in our collection. Me and Tina's collected over the years. We'll share those with you on our top 10, the greatest. Hey, if we have them, you know they're the greatest movies ever. You know, come on. No, whatever. I swear. All right, so let's go here. Like I said, at the end of the show, we'll do the Funko drawings. Please like and share anything on our page, man. I put a lot of hours every day in this thing, and I just want you guys to share it, tell your friends, family, and let's get more people on board. So the more the merrier, the bigger party, you know, man. That's what I look at it like. So let's do that. All right, flashback post. We told you about that. Listen Here. We told you about that. So now let's do the iconic days of the week. These are people this week that were very important. There's only a few this week. Ted Nugent turned 72 this week. Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top turned 71. Paul Rogers, Bad Company, 71. And Boba Fett. Jeremy Bullock died. He passed away at 75 this week. That was a big story for everyone on the page. And probably the biggest one of the week is Keith Richards. He turned 77. Can you believe through all this? He's still here. He's still kicking. You know we're not in trouble yet with all this corona and everything if Keith's still here. So, all right. That's pretty freaking cool. All right. So that knocks that one out. So while we're talking about that, we said Keith's the big man. Why don't we do the Did You Know? These are kind of some of the craziest stories I found this week on Keith Richards. Like I said, this guy is the king of craziness. And some of the ones I documented that I thought were pretty interesting. I could have done a whole show about this, but so things you didn't know about Keith Richards. This is pretty funny. In 1977, the Canadian cops busted Keith with an ounce of heroin. He pleaded guilty, but But of all things, the guy just had to do a charity show for blind. I'm sure they really seen a lot on that. Yeah, and the funny thing is, they dropped the charges, and the very next day he was partying with the wife of the Prime Minister Trudeau. He was partying with his wife. So, tell you how serious that is. I think every time everybody gets busted, or Keith gets busted anywhere, they're like, it's Keith, come on, it's just Keith, man, it's no big deal. So, because this guy's been busted so many times and gotten off so many times, I think a lot of people just blow it off as, it's Keith being Keith. So, let's see. He recorded he's telling the story here on many of these things from his biographies and stuff he wrote, but he recorded before they make a run from the 78 Some Girls, and he bragged that he stayed up for 9 days straight because of all the coke he was doing. So I've never heard of anybody staying up 9 days straight. How that man is even walking after that is amazing. In 2007, he told a magazine that the craziest thing he ever thought he did was he snorted his dad's ashes. He had his dad cremated, and a few years after that, he spilled a little bit of it on a table, and he thought, I'm not going to put it back in the can. I'm going to put it in me and snort my dad's ashes. That is unbelievable. And here's a fun story just proving that Keith has always been Keith. He joined the Boy Scouts when he was a kid, but he got kicked out for smuggling 2 bottles of whiskey to a camp out. Keith being Keith. Let's see. In 1975, on a tour of America, in his memoirs, it is said that the band did a bump of coke between every song. It was mandatory for them to have a line of coke for each band member in between songs to go and take a bump and then go do the next song. Unbelievable. In 1972, he visited the Playboy Mansion and nearly burned it down while doing drugs in the bathroom. So you can tell that he was never invited back to the Playboy Mansion after that. This is interesting. This proves that Chuck Berry's a badass, kind of. He touched Chuck Berry's guitar without his permission, as Chuck kind of walked away for a second, and he came back. So Chuck Berry punched him in the face. And Keith jokes to this day that it's one of Chuck's biggest hits. Oh, and then a couple of little funny things at the end just to throw your way. Jumpin' Jack Flash. That is actually the name of Keith Gardner. That's how they got the name of the song. They call him Jumpin' Jack. And so Jumpin' Jack Flash is Keith Gardner. And that's funny. The only Stone song that was a top 40 hit was Happy, is what it says. And then this was one of the funniest things. Keith Richards' nickname for Mick Jagger, and lots of times Mick did not even know this until way, way later in life, he called him Brenda. Yep, that was Nick's nickname, was Brenda, because lots of times he was talking about Mick right in front of his face, and he would say Brenda, and Mick never knew it. So that is some crazy stories, man. That is a true rock and roller there for life. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. You look that in the dictionary, and there's definitely a picture of Keith Richards. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. All right, let's go through some of the news stories that you guys thought were really important this week. Just a couple of them. I thought one of the funniest things this week was you guys interested in the Led Zeppelin pinball machines. I can't believe these things are $7,000 a piece. But that got a lot of interest. Also, Ozzy Osbourne has halfway finished his new album, and he has some incredible people on this one, as always. Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers, Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters, Robert from Metallica. They're all going to be on the album with him, so that is going to be unbelievable. Creed singer Scott Stapp is going to play Frank Sinatra in a Ronald Reagan biopic. He's already filmed it and it'll be out next year here. That's interesting. Chris Cornell's wife says unreleased Soundgarden music will see the light of day soon. So that's great news after all the legal issues we saw. That makes me feel a lot easier. And plus, if you haven't listened to that new Chris Cornell solo album, No One Sings Like You Anymore, it is incredible. Does a John Lennon Watching the Wheels song. ELL Jump in the Fire is incredible. Of course, he does Guns N' Roses Patience and Prince Nothing Compares to You. If you want to get the vinyl of this, it will come out on vinyl on March 19th. So that's huge. One of the greatest guys ever to live in music to me. I'm very, very interested in that everybody's kind of got their, I don't know, their doubts or like behind a song. This week, Eric Clapton and Van Morrison make a new song called Stand and Deliver. It's a song to actually save, to get money for businesses in the music business that have been out, and they're trying to help some of the artists and people like that that need it. It's kind of an anti-song on Corona. They'll quote, "You let them put the fear in you," and things like that. It's a cool song, but it makes you kind of think on the opposite side of the fence of a lot of this. We do believe Corona is a problem for everybody and for the older folks. So we've been blessed not to have any issues with that. And we've had some friends who had it and almost gave it to us and stuff, but we've been lucky enough not to have that. So thank God for that. And hopefully all y'all have a safe Christmas. And let the Lord have your problems, not the Corona. So that's always an important thing. So that's kind of the stories of the week, guys. Those are the ones you guys picked that were the most important. We'll always have a few of those every week to talk about. All right. Next on the list here, let's go ahead and do the new music that came out this week, and then we'll get to the Metallica box set. I'm trying to delay that because, believe me, this is going to be something else for me to open up. I know, quit shaking your head over there, Tina. I know. All right, so some of the new releases out this week that I want to let you guys know about. The new Paul McCartney 3 album came out yesterday, so you guys can grab that. The Alice in Chains facelift on vinyl is, I'm sure, going to be in a lot of your collections this year. Drive-By Truckers have a new album out. Check that out. George Thorogood has a live album. It's from Boston in 1982. I'm sure that's during his prime time, so give that a shot. Mac Miller, Swimming in Circles is big. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, they put out a soundtrack. It's called Soul, S-O-U-L, Soul. These guys are the hottest thing in the world when it's come to soundtracks and stuff right now, so you might want to give that a try and see what it's about. Obviously, this week, Taylor Swift's Evermore was a big album. Another one that's very interesting, because you guys, every time I put anything on about, the Gibb brothers or anything, of those guys, you guys are pretty interested in it. But Barry Gibb has a new album coming out here in another week or so, and it's called Greenfields. And what he's done, he's basically singing duets with all the most hottest country artists on the planet. He does duets with all of them, so if you're into that, that's something. The Kills, man, great group. I love their title of their album, Little Bastards. Oh, man, we all know a lot of those people, don't we? That's going to be a great album. Deftones' White Pony 20th Anniversary is really big. Another killer album. This is one of the ones I listen to all day today. Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day did all the cover songs during the lockdown, and it's called No Fun Mondays, and they're all cover songs, a lot of 80s songs, stuff like that. It is incredible. I listened to that today. Ryan Adams, man, out of nowhere put an album out yesterday called Wednesday. And then some of the hot ones on Amazon that you guys probably need to know if you're trying to narrow down some Christmas gifts. Bruce Springsteen is one of the hottest albums out here at Christmas. Letters to You AC/DC Power Up. Chris Stapleton starting over is still killing the charts. Bob Dylan, he's got one coming out in February with has George Harrison music on it. It's called 1970. That'll be out soon. The Strokes have a new one called The New Abnormal. I hate when I hear that people say that anymore. The new normal, the new abnormal. But that's the title of their album. The Bob Dylan album he did not too long ago called Rough and Ready Ways is still hot on the charts. And Miley Cyrus, Plastic Hearts, those round up kind of the big hot sellers for the Christmas season there. And the new releases. So, man, this is great. I get to go through so much fun stuff and so quick without being interrupted about freaking pornos or something. All right. Let's see here. All right. Well, I guess this is it. My Metallica box set is going to be opened up for you guys. I tell you. I almost want to cry. Oh, man. All right. Let's get this baby open and see what they got in here to make this thing worth so much money. All right. There we go, guys. Make y'all want to cry.
Yeah, but you opened it up.
It's still not like it's not going to be worth a lot of money still.
Not only worth shit.
All right, here we go. Wow. First on the list. First album. Wow. Double albums, too. They're both on 2 albums. Just black vinyl, that's cool. So there's that one. That one. All on double vinyl, 180 gram. Best of the best. That's a pretty cool picture there. Obviously. Now here's one of the big things in here that you don't really see a lot. Is the picture vinyl. Creeping Death picture vinyl. That's probably one of the hottest things in the box, I imagine. Of course you have the master. And wow, can you imagine having this one? The Garage Days. Wow. You remember when this was the most sought after album everybody always wanted and you never could get it? Well, there isn't really anything extra in it, that's for sure. And one of the greatest albums of all time. Justice for All. Wow.
Okay, yeah, for a while you weren't even recording.
All right.
Because it's starting to mess up.
There we go. That's the Metallica box set. 16 years old, out in 2004. I was the only one to be able to get this because it was kind of pricey. Nobody, I think, wanted to pay the money for it. But that's another one I share with you guys. It might have cost a few $100 opening that bad boy, but yeah, hey, man, I'd rather share it with my friends.
It's starting to fuck up. You need to hurry.
All right, that's all right. All right, now let's finish this thing up. We're going to do the top 10 Christmas movies out of the Haddon collection to wrap this bad boy up, and then I'll tell you the winners of the Funkos. So, all right. Cool thing about this is also we have the movies in my possession here, obviously. Now, 3 movies don't count. We're not going to talk about Elf. We're not going to talk about Christmas Vacation or Christmas Story. Those, everybody knows, everybody's got that in their damn top 10 list. We're not counting them. All right? So, here we go. So, obviously, these are the few of the best movies that we have in our collection that we watch every Christmas. Obviously, Home Alone. You know, we like seeing the guys get tortured and beat up. Who doesn't? Fred Claus, Vince Vaughn. That's a good one too. Now, this is mine, obviously. A lot of people, other than the kids, might. Christmas Time at South Park. That is always, you know, hi-do! You know, the Christmas poo. Gotta have that. This one here is one of my all-time favorite ones. This is the one I've known since I was a kid. I love this one. I have to watch it every year and feel like I'm 10 years old again. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. That is one of my all-time favorites when I was a kid. I always have to watch that one every year. Deck the Halls, Danny DeVito. You know, and Matthew Broderick, you cannot go wrong with that one as well. Always, every year we have to watch the Christmas classic tunes. We got the little box set of every single one of those. That's a must. And let's see here. Now, me personally, this is me because when you're down and out, you know, and you don't think people care about you, and you need a little pump up to make you feel like, hey, you know what? I did this. I'm a strong person. I got all this. But man, I'm telling you, A Wonderful Life. Every time you watch this, you will feel better about yourself. And you feel like you can conquer the world. And you have all your friends right there with you. When you think things are bad, this movie always makes you feel good. It's all time. All right, a couple of the other ones. Of course, Nightmare Before Christmas. We always had to have the Blu-ray of that one. And then, this is one of my all-time newer Christmas movies. If you've never seen this, you gotta watch this. Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck. I mean, you got Christina Applegate. You got the guy from Sopranos as the dad. Gandolfini. This is one of the greatest Christmas movies. It is so funny. Ben Affleck is a millionaire, doesn't have a family for Christmas, so he pays these guys to be part of his family at Christmas. That's hilarious. One of the greatest movies. And then I got the weird ones for you guys. All right. I do have Die Hard in my collection. That is a Christmas movie. Sweet. Yes, yes. And then another one I'll fight you on to Christmas. The Gremlins. The Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I don't care what you say. You get the gift of the Gremlin. Obviously, that's Christmas. So, that one. And then the funniest one in our collection. The one we watch, but we hate to watch. It's the torture of tortures, but it's the funny of funnies. And I know a lot of you don't have this because it's not available anywhere. The Star Wars Holiday Christmas Special that was on TV. Yes, I do have it. It is the craziest, horrible Christmas special that it's so bad you have to laugh. But this is almost the cherry on top of our Christmas stuff because it's comical and funny. All right. Here, I'm going to give you the winners for the Funkos. I'll post this online here in a little bit because the cool thing is, you guys, last week's show, we had the same amount of people that watch it all the time. We do have some other things getting ready to happen with the show. I mean, we got Steve Mitchell doing some voices and doing some stuff for us on the show now. I'm sure we got John Hurley coming in. He knows about as much music as me. It's really hard to find some people that have experienced as much music as me. And this guy went to a lot of the shows with me. We have a lot of friends that are involved. I'm just trying to do the show by myself right now to revamp it a little and make some things a little bit better and for y'all. And that's what's kind of going on right now. But, all right. the Funko winners. Don't think I should have a drum roll or something, but I could go like, all right, our Funko winners.
You'll find that thing.
I know it's gonna
going to
disappear somewhere. All right, the Funko winners, where are you? All right, here's your Funko winners. These are the order they were drawn in. It kind of worked out where I think everybody gets the ones they really wanted, but you know they could change their mind. Fred Marlowe, you are the #1 winner. Fred Marlowe, you are the #1 winner. Oh man, miss you, Fred. Hope you're doing all right. Have happy holidays, buddy. You wanted the carry, so I'll put that aside and let you know you can change your mind if you wanted though. David Caldwell, you are the 2nd winner. You had down Gene, so if you want that one, I'll put that aside for you. The 3rd winner is David Lawson. David Lawson, man. You got Freddie. That's what you said you wanted if you want. And then the last person on the list is Leanne Swain. You get the Marilyn Manson if you want that one. You're last on the list, so that's probably what you get anyways. But you 4 are the winners, man. I appreciate you guys watching all the time and joining in. I mean, I pull this stuff out of my pocket because I love you guys and I want to have some fun, man. The more we can do, the better. That's why we do this stuff with small businesses, and I hope you take care of them during the holidays, guys. So Fred Marlowe, David Caldwell, David Lawson, and Leanne Swain, you are the winners, man. All right. Congratulations. Merry Christmas to all of you. I'll post all that stuff on the page here in a little bit. I'll post the K's Choice song Addict later on too. So that looks like about it, guys. Hey, I want to say thank you again for everything you do. The heartfelt love I feel from you guys, man. All the people that joined the page this week, we're breaking records upon records. All the people watched the show last week. I was pleasantly surprised that we had as many, if not more, than we usually had with everybody else. That's awesome. We're just going to keep trugging along here and doing what we do. Hey, you know what? Christmas is time for love and forgiveness. I want to tell everybody I always apologize for anything I've ever done to anybody or gotten angry when I felt like I was betrayed or anything of the sort here lately. I try to love everybody, and I hope everybody just has a wonderful holiday and a wonderful Christmas. I wish the best for everybody. We all make mistakes, and we all got to move on. And I'm just happy